What's up, everybody? I'm your host Kazu, and this is the Urban Influencer Radio. Today we have another exciting episode featuring interviews with Kelvin Frazier and DJ Saucy Lady. Just wanted to let you guys know that we got social media, so if you enjoyed the show, then don't forget to follow and subscribe to our channel. Links are in the description box below. Let's start off with an interview with Kelvin Frazier. He's an R&B singer and a chemist. He dropped his Conquer All EP recently. This is the Urban Influencer Radio with Kelvin Frazier.
Kelvin, welcome to the Urban Influencer Radio. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, where are you right now?
I actually am located in the Los Angeles area. Really, while I'm taking this call, like I'm literally working in labs, so I'm a chemist as well. And so I stepped out to make sure I can talk to you all.
Right. Yeah. No, that's really cool. That you're a chemist, and not only that, but you're also like a very talented musician. You know, so it's
yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's really awesome. I'd like to definitely know more about how you like shaped yourself into like who you are today, and just kind of wondering, just wanted to get like a bit of your like background story and stuff. Did you grow up in like a creative household? Did your mom and dad play music?
Exactly. So I grew up in a family that pretty much everybody could sing, and so that was the thing about it. As when I thought of my education, my family was like, well, there's a lot of people that can sing. I was like, well, yeah, I appreciate and I understand the comment. And I decided in my mind that I wanted to try to make a different approach than what is typically not done. I always like to think outside the box and not try to put boundaries on myself. So when I went to undergrad, I actually double majored in chemistry and music. Yeah, but the thing is, during that time, I seen how long it's going to take me to graduate, no matter how many overloads that I do. It was going to take me like 6 years. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to be an undergrad that long. So what I ended up doing is I dropped the music one only because I wasn't really getting scholarships from music. So I was like, well, if I'm still part of the choir, still part of all the bands, like I'm still getting that music experience and I'm not dropping my love. I'm just thinking more wisely as far as like my finances. And so I figured like if I continue on doing great with science, then eventually I'll be able to come up with a good job where I can actually pay for music and get that jumping.
Yeah, no, that's really cool though, and it must have been like hard for you to like make that decision at first, but hey, you're doing music right now, so it's a good thing,
exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, before you even started like majoring in music, like when did you first started making like your own songs?
To be honest, like it took a very long time for me to do my own song. What I was typically doing was I'm also a keyboard player, and so I was playing for my brother, who was a vocalist. And so basically I was like listening to other music and actually like learning how to play it and hearing different chords. I was like, oh, okay, well, let me kind of make it my own and change things here and there. And so that's how I first initially started my creative process. Yeah. And I always knew I wanted to do like my own original song, but I didn't get the chance to do that until like around college time. Yeah. And then my first song was like a gospel song. It was called what was it called? I think it was called Jesus. And so when I did it, I was just like, you know what? I think I could do better. And right now, I'm not as good as managing my time as I want to be. And so I wanted to work on developing that skill set. That's why I can be able to support music and do it justice, while at the same time making sure while I'm trying to do my music that I don't mess up where my current money source is actually coming from.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I also wanted to ask you, so you've been chemist for like a little while now, and how do you balance out like both of those lives, like where you're trying to like do music professionally, but also at the same time I feel like just being a chemist, it must take a lot of your time too, right?
Yeah. What I do is pretty much I don't sleep that much. Also, I always make sure whoever I'm working with, they understand that I'm a singer as well. So there'll be some times, I won't be able to work in the lab. I have a gig, and this is something I really want to do. And if they appreciate my love of music and my other passions outside of, oh, yeah, I know I'm a scientist too. Like, don't worry, I'll get my job done. I just have to do, I have to go to my my passions. And if people understand that, then it's usually like, it makes things a whole lot easier. So if like I want to take a day off, I don't get the stress from say, hey, well, now I got to think of how I can sneak out. Like, it's no secret. Like, hey, I'm doing this. Whether you like it or not, I'm doing it. And if you don't want me to do that, then I don't think this is the best relationship. So I think that really helps out.
I see. Yeah, that's really, really interesting. Yeah, I mean, is it, being a chemist, it's a full-time job, right? So you're like 40 hours a week into doing that, or is it like you kind of come in like anytime where you have to do like a research?
Yeah, so it depends on what level you end up reaching. So you're supposed to do 40 hours, but all they really care about is results. Mostly, and it's like if you can get the results done, if it costs you 40 hours, then that's standard. If it's shorter, then hey, that's great. Do whatever you want to with the extra time. Or if you have to stay longer, they're like, no, you have to stay longer, and we're not going to pay you for the extra time that you do because it's taking longer. So it's like part of like kind of working smart type of scenario.
I see. Yeah, that's really, really cool. Let's talk a bit about your your new EP that got released like very recently, which is something I'm sure like you're really excited to talk about and like even performing these songs in the future. But I was wondering, why did you call your EP Conquer All?
I was contemplating, I was like, what should I call this album? And then Conquer All came up because of the mindset that I had, like, going throughout this whole process. I have a goal set in mind, and that is a goal that I am going to conquer. And I feel like that is something that can be expressed in, like, so many different ways.
Right.
And so when I thought of with the whole album and, like, how does it all come as a whole, now I'm like conquering all as far as relationship. You can think of it like that. And I put out a song in the leading single is Marked and Scarred.
Yeah.
And that one is like really, really like close to my heart because it's like a love lost song. And people can relate in many different ways. For me personally, when I wrote the song, it was actually due to the inspired because of the death of my grandmother. All those situations were me in the hospital with her. She had this lung disease where her lungs hardened and literally she couldn't breathe and she had to be on life support and everything. And so going through all that process and seeing what it was, normal love is now a new stage of love where I have to care for someone who is sick and then leaves, and all I have is my memories. And so that's why I add in, like, remember the good times, and that's all I can do.
Right, yeah, I see, yeah, because I was watching the music video, like, not too long ago for, like, Marked and Scarred, and, like, it seemed like a very passionate, track, and, but at the same time, it's like, I could definitely feel, like, the sadness, like, coming from there, too, so. Yeah,
exactly. So very relatable, but then I have some other songs that's more uplifting, and that's the uplifting song is Conquer All, and that just goes to whatever things that are going between like you and your partner, and the world is saying, oh, well, y'all never gonna make it, this with love, you'll be able to conquer it all. Because that's the source of it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's really, really cool. Are you planning on for this year, like now that you got your like EP released and all that, are you planning on maybe making more videos, or are you planning on going on tour or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely trying to up the gigs, the number of gigs. So I do have 2 gigs already set up.
Nice.
They're both in March. They're both out in the Los Angeles area, but definitely I'm open to looking for more and more gigs. So I'm technically my own booking agent right now. So I am applying to wherever I can go. So if anyone out there wants me to perform at your places, like hit me up on my email. It's Frazier, Frazier 31488@gmail.com, and I would love to come.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll definitely want to go see your concert too. You know, because I haven't seen I've never seen a Kelvin Frazier show before. But like, how would you explain like what your live show is like to people out there?
I would say it's an experience of fun and also mixed emotions. So I have songs that makes you think about some of your past experience where it may not be as comfortable for you. But then I go towards songs of empowerment. It's like, hey, you got this. And that's where I always try to end with. As far as uplifting story, that is what you'll get out of my shows. And then, of course, I love audience participation. So yeah, definitely would do all that.
Yeah, no, audience participation is what makes like show fun. So, well, no, I'm really excited for you, man. Okay, then, well,
appreciate it.
Yeah, what we're gonna do is like we'll play a track from your EP, Conquer All, and we'll go from there. But first of all, Kelvin, thank you so much for taking your time for the interview, and hopefully I'll see you at your show, man.
Yeah, man, I'd definitely love to have you. And hopefully we'll be able to meet face to face instead of over the phone.
Yeah, I'd love to, man. All right, well, take it easy.
Then.
Yeah, thank you for calling.
You too, and thank you again.
Yeah, bye.
This hole in my heart where your love used to be, I don't understand how or why, but I ain't gotta face reality. They say in time you'll heal. I wonder if that's the truth. I want you in my life, but I gotta say goodbye, bye, bye. I'm marked and scarred, not able to see you. I'm marked and scarred, not to hear from you. Remember the good times, that's all I can do. Remember the good times, girl. I'm marked and scarred, not able to see you. I'm marked and scarred. Just one simple trigger, these tears flow more than once. That blocks the water from flowing from my eyes. In our last embrace, you held me so tight, and I did the same. We both knew that it would be the last time, but oh, I wish it wasn't. I'm marked and scarred, not able to see you. I'm marked and scarred, not to hear from you. Remember the good times, that's all I can do. Remember the good times, girl. I'm marked and scarred, not when we lose, so we must go our separate ways. I'm lost and scarred, not able to see you. I'm lost and scarred, not to hear from you. Remember the good times, that's all I can do. Remember the good times, girl. I'm marked and scarred, not able to see you. I'm marked and scarred.
That was Marked and Scarred by Kelvin Frazier. Next, we have an interview with DJ Saucy Lady on the Urban Influencer Radio.
All right. Well, DJ Saucy Lady, thanks for joining the Urban Influencer Radio, Kazu, and just wanted to say thanks for taking your time and doing this.
Oh, anytime. My pleasure.
Yeah, definitely. Are you? Where are you right now?
I'm in Boston at home.
At home? Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. How are things over there?
Good. Where are you located?
We're in Los Angeles. We're
yeah.
very close to LAX.
Oh, neat. I was in LA in September.
Oh yeah. Well, were you playing some shows or?
Yeah, I was performing actually a few gigs.
Nice. How did that go?
It was fun. We were in at this party, the Funk Freaks party, and I also DJ'd at the Funkmosphere event, and then I went down to San Diego too and performed there. And yeah, people are really into funk over there, so it's really great. People are receptive,
Yeah, no, it's yeah, people here are like really into like all kinds of music, and like it's kind of cool that like funk is like it's one of those like genre that like that people are really jamming into, because like disco is kind of like another subgenre that people really like to dance to nowadays. So
yeah,
so it's really fun. Let's see, you're originally from Japan though, correct?
Yeah, I grew up there, and I have family in Boston too. My father's from Boston, so.
Okay. Yeah, what part of Japan?
Yokohama.
Oh, Yokohama. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Bayside.
Yeah, I haven't been to that. I probably have. I don't know. I have. My family is from Japan too, so.
Oh.
Yeah, so like more from like Tokyo area, but my mom was born in like Hokkaido.
How far up? Yeah, well, actually, one of our band members is from Hokkaido.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
a percussionist.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful area. Do you ever go back there from time to time?
I was there. I was DJing out there in January.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have an audience in Japan too?
I feel like I do, because I've done some of these tunes in Japanese, so it starts to have a little bit of a recognition over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, I want to get into a little bit about like kind of like your like artist background, like how you first really got into making music, and what got you like into DJing at first?
Well, I grew up listening to a lot of records because my father is a huge record collector, mostly jazz and classical, but I grew up listening to a lot of that stuff, and then in college I was doing radio DJing. So then I didn't really do like, typical DJing, like scratching or anything like that, but the last, like a decade ago or so, I got a couple turntables for my house, and then I'm like, you know what, I gotta mix songs. Like, I can't just play music. Like, I just need to mix. I got a mixer, and then I was like, you know what, I got all these records now. I'm starting to buy these records on, funk stuff, and I got to play them out. So basically, like a week after I got my turntables, I was like, I'm going to go and get me a gig. And then somehow I ended up getting a gig that was like a weekly, and I was like, shit, I gotta learn how to mix. So I was like, okay. So I started to learn that, and so basically learning everything on the job and through experience. And now I know it's fine, but it was an interesting start. I just like when I have something in mind, I just run with it. So, but it's basically the music that really. It's typically I always love to share the kind of sounds that I'm really into with people.
Yeah.
That's like my thing. I've done that since I was a kid with my dad. I'll be like, listen, you gotta listen to this like new, hip hop album, whatever, and he'll be like, cool, So I've always shared music, make mixtapes and all that. So it's kind of my thing. Yeah.
Okay, but so then your dad was definitely a very important part of your development musically, huh?
Huge. Still, we still share music. I still share my new music with him too, and I love getting feedback. And he has really good feedback, and so it's really useful.
Yeah, that's really awesome. How did you? Why did you decide to call yourself Saucy Lady, as your moniker?
So in college, I had a roommate, and she's my best friend, but she and I, she's been to some, say, clubs and stuff with me, and I used to, not that I would start fights, but I would be, super hard. I'll be slightly gangster, when I'm in a club, I'll be if somebody, comes at me wrong, I'm, ready to fight. So she was like, you're very saucy. I was like, what the hell does that mean? She's like, yeah, it's just about your attitude. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So I was like, you know what? I like that term. I'm going to use that for, my email alias so that I was like saucyfang@hotmail.com. And then, when I was DJing, I'm like, I need a DJ name. What about Saucy Lady? Because I got to show that I'm a female, too. I'm not just some dude. So that's how it came about. But I don't go fight people anymore. That was back in the day, when you're young. So yeah. So now it's cool.
No, that's really really cool. Now, in terms of your live performance and stuff, you just mentioned that you have a band. So it's not only just you going out there and DJing, but you actually do your own performance and you. So do you sing and play instruments and do all that too for your live shows?
Yeah, so for my live shows, I have a band name for that. So I have a few mates, bandmates. There are 5 of us, and we're called the Honey Sauce Band. I had to get the sauce in there. So we're called the Honey Sauce Band. It's a funk, but experimental disco band. So we try to take it outside of the planetary sounds. We add in sounds that are not typically heard. So I sing in that band, but I also use my DJ mixer for adding vocal effects. Yeah. And I use it in a way that is kind of interesting. So it's robotic sounding or, a lot of echoes to make it sound like you're not really on Earth. So, yeah, that's the vibe I'm going for. But, yeah, we have a band. I play keyboard, but I don't play keys in my band. My husband, who's also my producer, he plays keys he's one of the best in the East Coast, and so I wouldn't want to play with him because he would outshine me anyway. But he would play bass line with his left hand while he plays chords on the right, which is not the easiest thing to do. Yeah. So he could do that, and so I don't have to hire a bassist thanks to him. But I do use the shaker when I'm performing. Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
And I have another accessory, which is my wigs.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be my other instrument, but I don't really play with it. It's just there. Yeah.
That's pretty badass. So, you have your husband's a really he sounds like an amazing keyboard player. I mean, based on the way you explained it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. He not only that, he plays so many instruments. He plays drums. He plays guitar. He can play all the different kind of percussion instruments. And I'm probably missing a few things. Oh, sax. He plays alto, and he's good at all of it. He's one of those multi-instrumentalists who can do practically anything, and he DJs too. So, but the biggest thing is that he's an incredible producer. So beyond just playing, he's like incredible at arrangements and composition. So yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the new the 12-inch that I think it's going to be released today, right? Like this February 16th. So and
shoot, that's today. I didn't even know. Thanks. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and no, I mean I listened to like a bit of the tracks that you have on there, like songs like Town, for example. And then I noticed that like you sing in Japanese, like it also has this like really old school sound too. And when it comes to like like writing songs, like do you prefer to like whenever like you think of something in your head, like do you think in like Japanese or like is it mostly in English, and does that like contribute to like writing your stuff?
A lot of people ask when you're bilingual, like, which do you think in, which do you dream in? I never really thought of it, and I can't remember. Like, I don't even know what I'm thinking in. I'm just thinking. So it could be either language. But when it comes to composition, I think, though, what's easier for me, I don't really write songs in Japanese. The ones that we did recently are just covers. So I didn't write the lyrics, obviously.
Okay.
So if it's lyric writing, new songs, it's always in English. Although I wouldn't be, I would be open to doing something in Japanese. But I have written a Japanese, like, rap verse, but that's it.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, are you, like, based on this release, like, are you planning on, like, possibly going on, like, tour or, like, maybe playing more shows for this year or anything like that? Any plans for that?
Oh, hell yeah, I would love to. I haven't planned it yet, but I am going to, like, London and Germany next month, but that's just DJing. I'll probably play some of my songs. But in terms of performance, I need to get something on the calendar soon because I really want to perform, like, ASAP. I did a tour in West Coast, like I mentioned earlier, last year, but I really want to do more. So, yeah, that's that.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, it's really interesting, like, to see, like, to see, like, somebody, like, performing this sound because lately, like, I've been on YouTube and, like, I've been noticing that, like, there's, like, this rise of, like, I don't know if you've seen it too, but, like, there's this rise of these Japanese, like, overlooked, like, city pop music that's been, like, getting, like, so many views and, like, and I don't know, like, I have, like, friends even, like, talking about it, and yeah, like, I don't know, some of the artists like Maria Takeuchi or Taeko Onuki, like who are like pretty well known in like those genres. But like, do you feel like I don't know, funk and disco is like kind of like making its comeback, or do you feel like it's kind of more of like a niche audience right now?
Oh, it's definitely coming back, I think, but it's started a little more niche. Like the diggers would know about that stuff, but now it's starting to catch along, and I think like groups like Tuxedo and like Dame Funk, like these people have actually brought those sounds to the forefront more, and then also like Bruno Mars and stuff, and there's probably other newer recognizable performers that are making that sound now. But I think city pop, like, it's a new, like a new revival now. Like I'm surprised, that there are that many hits on YouTube. But like Tatsuro, those guys, and like I mean, they've been popular for a long time in Japan even now. But in the States and Europe and stuff, I definitely am starting to see like a comeback and a new fascination. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of record covers now by like new boogie and funk artists have covers that look like that from the 80s, you know? Yeah, I've noticed a lot of that. So it must be like a revival period, and I think that's really exciting for sure.
Yeah, definitely, man. And like, and I'm really excited to see like, more audience like, grow to your music and just like, I don't know, rage at your show. Like it'll be it'll be pretty.
Yeah, that would be hot. Yeah. In Japan though, like I performed there also in September, but they really get down. Like, I was in a boat show, and I was performing with, like, India Davenport, and, like, everybody just gets so, when they party hard. Like, they don't mess around. Like, it's like a job. I'm going to party, you know? So, I forget what I was trying to say, but I think, yeah, in Japan, you know, they'll get down to that and that style of music, and they really bring that genre out more. So I think, I don't know, we'll probably see more and more of that probably the next couple of years. I don't know how long it'll last, but we'll see.
No, I think it'll last like a really long time, you know, because I feel like the music itself has like longevity, and like even people, like even some of the more influential people like Chic and like Herbie Hancock, like they're still performing to this day, and you know.
That's true.
Shows. Yeah.
Have you been to any of their shows recently?
Not as of recent. Like I only seen like like the more of like the like their stuff on video, but like I know for a fact that like Herbie, like he still continuously like performs and collaborates with people, and like I don't know, and it's kind of like really interesting to like see that, you know. So like because I know for a fact that like, I mean, there was like a rumor spreading about like at first like Herbie was gonna like work with like, you know, some modern artists like Kendrick Lamar, or like and in the past he worked with like DJs like Flying Lotus and stuff too. So I think, I don't know, I feel like that guy's like really willing to like experiment, and he was also like in recent videos and stuff too. So like I'd say like they're like active till this day, and you know. And you're right. One thing though, this is just my opinion. Like I love Herbie, I love Nile Rodgers and Chic. Oh my God, I love them. My heroes. But like, you know, with performance, sometimes, and I haven't seen their shows recently, so I can't speak, but I have seen some YouTube stuff, though. So what I'm trying to say is sometimes artists, they have a peak of, like, the most energetic time and, like, the hottest time of their career. Yeah. And so sometimes, like, as they get past that stage, you know, you go to see these shows, and it's kind of, like, done just to make the audience happy, which is cool. But the actual groove and the funk, it's kind of there, but it's not like what it used to be. Yeah. But yeah, that's just something I've noticed lately. A lot of these revival like bands, it's not the same. I mean, maybe it's different if I see those guys because I haven't seen them. But you know, certain bands, like they have a peak, and it's kind of like that's the peak. But I'm going to see, like, George Clinton this weekend, so we'll see. You know? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, well, that's really awesome. You know, besides, like, touring and, like, maybe, like, possibly releasing more new music, like, is there anything that you want to accomplish by the end of this year? I'm recording my new album, and it's all space-themed. And I want to make it like a 2 LP record and have some really great artwork on it. Awesome. So I'm planning that. I've been in the plans for the last 2 years, but I've been too busy, so I've been recording other people's stuff and being part of other projects. But I've really started doing this, and I'm like halfway done. So I'm hoping I'll be done like definitely by the summer, and then start pushing for like, you know, publishing it, and we'll see, maybe next year. I would think it would be released maybe in the beginning of next year, but it's certainly something I am really, really, really excited about, and it's like always in my mind, and I'm really obsessing over it like every day. Oh man, that's really awesome. Yeah, I'm down to definitely get your vinyl when it gets released. Yeah, it's gonna be so enticing. Like the cover itself will be like, oh my God, I have to just buy it just for the cover. Mm-hmm. And then you like open it and you're like, holy shit. That's my feeling. Hopefully it'll work out that way. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm really excited about that. Well, first of all, like I just want to say thank you so much for taking your time, and you know, we'll play like one of your music on the podcast that'll be released on this weekend. But DJ Saucy Lady, thank you so much for being on the show, and we'll you know, wish you good luck on the tour and some new music coming up. Awesome. Thank you.
まち集まる人々の群れでうつまる身動きできない騒がしい渦へ巻き込むたちまち集まる人々の群れでうつまる身動きできない騒がしい渦へ巻き込む
That was Town by Saucy Lady. Well, I hope y'all enjoy the show. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. My name is Kazu, and I'll see you again on the Urban Influencer Radio. Peace.